Hey, what's up YouTube land? Welcome to the channel. Today's video we're going to talk about the JJRC X12 and all the issues that I've been having with it over the last 3 months. This video is going to be broken up into 3 parts, so make sure you watch to the end to look for the link to click to the next part. Now in this video we're going to focus on the compass calibration failure, but before I do that, let's go through a list of all the issues I've had over the last 3 months. First issue being compass calibration failure. This is something that happens every single time, even the first time I ever flew this drone. I've attempted to fly this drone well over 50 times, and even on the handful of times that it did successfully calibrate, it took 10 or 15 tries before it actually got there. Number 2, gimbal malfunction. This wasn't something that I had an issue with at first. It just started happening out of nowhere. It would either not work at all from the very start, or it would quit working while it was up in the sky. And then the third issue is screen errors like optical flow invalid or magnetic interference too large. Those were things that pretty much started within the second or third week of flying. And then the fourth issue, the newest issue, is, well, I call it bad video, but what it is even when the gimbal's working, the video gets real wavy. That, and it gets real shaky and jittery, almost like the gimbal's working but not at 100%. Now before I go on, I want to let you guys know that I do not recommend this drone. There are people out there that have this drone that say it flies perfectly. They don't have any of the same issues as I've had. However, I still don't recommend this drone. I don't think anybody should buy it. And the reason for that is because if you buy this drone, there's a good chance that you would get a bad one. Now here's the worst part about this drone. If you get a bad one, you're stuck with it. The most you're going to get is a $30 refund, because that's what I got. Now I emailed Geek Buying basically telling them what was wrong with the drone, and they emailed me back basically saying that their return policy states, or their warranty, that drones are excluded. So you're screwed, and the most they're going to give you is $30. Now over time, since things got worse, I did email them back again and tell them that was absolutely unacceptable. I was not happy, and I was going to let the drone hobby community know they're okay with basically selling people crap and not doing anything about it. So that's why I don't recommend this drone, even though you will see people on YouTube that fly it and it flies well. I mean, how do you think I bought it? I watched a bunch of reviews. I've seen people flying the heck out of this thing, getting great video, never having any issues. But it's just not worth taking the chance. You know, a lot of people say too that the reason these drones are so cheap is because they don't have customer service, so they don't have to pay, you know, groups of people to deal with that. I'd much rather pay an extra $100 or $200 for a drone that actually works. And some people will argue that, well, what do you expect for a $250 drone? I expect it to work and fly and take videos. So let's get further into the first issue that I'm talking about on this video, the compass calibration failure. The one thing to take note is that it's the same thing every time. The same issue happens every time. So when you go to do the compass calibration, it's going to ask you to turn the drone like this, horizontally. Now that works 100% every time within a couple seconds. Never had an issue with that. As soon as that's good, it goes to step 2, which is facing up, vertical. Every single time that step comes up, it will fail. Every time. And it's going to say turn slower every time. And no matter how slow you turn it, you could turn it so slow it's barely moving. You can turn it a little faster. You could turn it even faster. You could stand up, hold it in the sky, change position, drive to another location. It doesn't matter. If it says turn slower, it's going to fail. So when you see the footage I show later and you see me stopping after it says turn slower, that's why, because numerous times, I mean, I've probably tried to calibrate this thing well over 100, 150 times, and not one time did it ever successfully calibrate after it said turn slower. The only way that you can fly this thing without the compass calibration is to turn the GPS off to unlock the motors, put it in the air, and then turn it on. 9 times out of 10 when you do that, it's gonna fly crazy. It's basically unflyable. So I'm waiting on my response back from Geek Buying to find out if they're in fact going to do anything. After I emailed them and told them this was unacceptable, The message I got back from them was, send us some video clips and more details about what's going on, and we'll see what we can do. Now that's pretty cool, considering they basically told me flat out 2 different times there's nothing they can do more than a $30 refund. So let's check out these clips I got from the flight I took the other day. I went out early Saturday morning, went to a reservoir, and it's just one of many locations that I flew that day, and one of all kinds of locations I've flown or attempted to fly over the past 3 months. And you'll see how many times I attempted to calibrate this thing. So I'm already connected to my controller. Let's turn the screen recording on. But I'm going to use the C-Fly. I feel like I have better luck with that. All right, now let's try to calibrate this guy. Gyro calibration always works, obviously. Success. Now calibration. Now normally it'll calibrate when you're turning it this way, but when you're turning it facing up is when it has an issue. Horizontal. Turn slower. See, this is what it does every time. And not one time that it has said turn slower did I turn it slower and it actually work. It doesn't matter what you do, it's not going to calibrate. It never does. So I always just start over with the horizontal. Try it again. Turn slower. Does it every time. All right, let's try it again. Sometimes I got to completely restart the drone and the app to get it to calibrate. As you can see, I'm turning it very slow. Please turn again. So now it's too slow. Turn slower. I turn it any slower, it's not going to move. We're going to try it again. All right, so that's what we're going to do, is we're going to restart it. Restart the app, restart the drone. All right. Just close. Turn this off. Turn the controller off. Turn the drone back on. Let's make sure it calibrates. Turn the controller on. All right, let's try this again. Gyro calibration. Now, compass calibration. Okay. Okay, horizontal. Turn up. That's where the issue always is. Please turn again. I sure will. Oh, come on. Life and times of the JJRC X12. Now, when it gets warmer out, if it changed, the issues I'm having with calibrating. I'm not already flown in warmer weather, but nothing like 70 degrees or anything like that. All right, we're still not getting it. Try again. Horizontal, vertical. That's not a word. All right, let's try it again standing up. Horizontal. Facing up. Turn slower. It's definitely not calibrating. All right, let's try it again. Horizontal. Facing up. Please turn again. This time, if it don't work, I'm going to turn the GPS off and put it up in the air and then turn it back on and hope for the best. Yep, it's not gonna work. Oh, hey guys. Sorry, don't mind me. I'm just flying my $6 drone that flies better than a $250 drone. Anyways, make sure you check the links in the description to check out part 2 and part 3 of this video, because I'm going to go over the gimbal malfunction, the screen errors and flyaways and things like that as well. So thanks for watching. If you haven't done it yet, hit that subscribe button, slap the like, bell notification. Until next time, take care. See you later.